What's up, you guys? Today, y'all see what I got in my hands. I got the Vickers steering wheel, right? It's a little rough on the outside right here, but we're gonna take care of this. We're gonna clean it up. All right. I ended up picking this up at Facebook Marketplace yesterday. I had to go drive a little bit down south, so he wanted $650 for it. I said, I'll give you $450 cash. So boom, here we are. I got it. It's got the LED lights, so that means go time. So I'm excited to do that. And it's got horse carbon fiber, which is the theme I wanted to do in my car anyways. And it's got this color right here. It's the same one as my carpet inside. It's a little faded and it's a little dirty, but I'm gonna clean it up, give it some love, and we're gonna be good. So now, I'm sure you guys are put this on your Dodge Charger Hellcat. So first off, we're gonna go in the car. First thing you wanna do is make sure the battery's dead. You're gonna mess around with the airbag. You don't want that blowing up in your face. That's expensive and not gonna hurt. So you don't want to do that. So we're gonna disconnect the battery and then we're gonna start getting inside. I'm gonna show you guys what you gotta do. Alright you guys, so we're inside of the car now, right? So remember, first things first, go to the back, disconnect the negative terminal, make sure nothing's touching. You're messing with the airbag. You don't want that system to be functioning and up, right? So once you double check that, your next step is gonna be right here. Okay, so let me get the light in here so I can show you a little better. So you see this hole right here? Hope y'all can see that. Let me see that. You see this hole right here? There's gonna be a piece of metal on both sides. There's two holes the same side. One's on this side, one's on this side. You're gonna get a flathead screwdriver. You're gonna get it in there and push that tab in, and then the airbag should pop off. All right, let's try it. All right, you guys, so finally I was able to get my airbag loose. So it is a pain in the butt, but I'm gonna give y'all some tips. All right, if y'all following at home. So listen, you got the two holes I showed y'all, right? So in the two holes, you're gonna want to put this almost at this degree, going straight up at a very sharp angle almost. And once you have it at that angle, you're only gonna need to go in about 1 inch. Okay, you don't gotta go in too deep. It's right at the 1 inch mark roughly. So what I did is I marked, let me show you guys. I marked the screwdriver I was using, this one. Marked the screwdriver I was using at 1 inch. It's kind of hard to see with a Sharpie, but I got a mark there. Also, another tip you guys can do if you're following at home, get as fat as a screwdriver as you can get. Okay, so now that we release the airbag, it should slide off, and it's gonna have the connectors back here. Which it does. So you're gonna wanna undo the connectors. You have two yellows and then the other ones, I'm not really sure what that is. Oh, that's for the lights, because this has the SRT light up wheel. So that's for that. All right, so let's undo all that. Let's take all that apart. It's just simple connectors, pop them up and then pry it out. Guys, so for those of you that are following from home, I'm gonna show you guys what you gotta do. So we got clips that are locked onto the steering column. So we're gonna remove this one, this black clip on the left. If you have the SRT light up airbag like I do, you're gonna have this yellow cable that goes in and has a white connector that goes into this clear connector. So you're gonna have to take a small flathead screwdriver in there from the right side and pry it, and it has a locking tab. Same mechanism is on the left one, the black one. That one's easier. The one on the right is a little bit hard. So right now we're gonna start working this off of the car. So now that I have everything disconnected from the column, I'm gonna actually get my Allen key and take off the center Allen key bolt that's holding this together, and then everything will come off. All right, you guys, so I'm back. So I got an extension, 10mm, which fits in here, very snug Allen key. Good. So I'm gonna put this on the extension. We're gonna put this. I know it's overkill, but I got a drill. I'm gonna put down a drill, first setting, so it doesn't go crazy. You always want to be careful. This is the clock in here, the clock spring, all that mechanism is in here. So be extra gentle, okay? It is preferred to do with a wrench, but it's all like what I have right now. All right, you guys, so just like that, the steering wheel is out. So this is your clock spring. Don't mess with this too much. Put the Allen key bolt back in there, all right? And this is as far as we can go on here. I'm gonna go upstairs now. I'm gonna take both of the wheels upstairs. I'm gonna start putting the stuff from one car to the next, and I'm sorry, from one wheel to the other one, and let's see how we go. We got my old one, which is also the same material. Now that I'm seeing it outside, like this one needs to be cleaned up too. I'm probably gonna keep this one just in case, and I'm gonna just clean it up. And then we got the new one now, which also needs to be cleaned up. But now we got forged carbon fiber at the bottom. We got the LED lights up top, which is just gonna make the interior, and this already matches my interior, which is just gonna look good. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take both of these wheels upstairs. I'm gonna transfer all the buttons, all the paddles onto here, and I'll catch you guys from there. All right, so now we brought the wheel upstairs. This is our OEM SRT wheel, which now is just gonna be our donor wheel. So what we gotta do is we gotta remove the back paddles, the buttons in the front, and to do that, we're gonna have to start removing some of these screws. We got some torque screws right here, and then we also flip it over. We have some back here. Take a flathead screwdriver, pop these out, take these out, and you just have to get the wires out, and that's it. So on yours, for some reason, mine doesn't have a counterweight. This should be a counterweight right here, which just sits in there. So I'm gonna have to order that and put that in there. But for right now, let's just worry about putting everything on from this wheel onto our better wheel, which I just washed and deep cleaned, so it's drying up right now, and then we're gonna transfer it over. When you're putting this back together, is a very important thing. I know I'm using a drill. Preferably, you're gonna want to be using a screwdriver, all right? Or if you're using a drill, make sure you have it on the lowest setting, which I do, so it doesn't strip anything, it doesn't break anything. This is a lot of it's plastic, metal screws going on plastic. You could break something very easy, and you don't want to do that to your brand new steering wheel. So make sure you go easy, take your time, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next step. And we're back. Okay, this is the wheel after I cleaned it up. It looks, I gotta say, 10 times better. The only thing I did was take my time, number one. Number two, I used a toothbrush. And number three, they recommend that you use a pH balance formula of 9 to 11. So I was able to find a product in my household just with no scent, no fragrance, none of that extra stuff, just a pH cleaner. And this is how it looks. Obviously, I do want to get a more professional product so I can clean it a little bit better, but it's still a little wet and it looks a whole lot better than how it looked before. So now let's start reassembling it. So we're gonna start as we ended before and go backwards. First, I'm gonna put this harness in here, and I'm gonna start placing everything in and screwing everything down. I'm gonna put it on a time lapse so you guys see what I'm doing. Story goes, I bought this car from a guy from a Durango. He said his buddy sold it to him that had a Charger Scat Pack. He's like, okay, I'm thinking it fit on my Charger, but turns out it doesn't. I should have done more research. That's on me though. So the SRT steering wheel and the other Dodge steering wheels, especially a Durango steering wheel, or whatever you want to call it, does not fit into my steering column. So the steering column has threads that it needs to thread in there and just sit just snug enough. So when I was trying, I would notice some of the bolts were lining up. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. The bolts are lining up. It's slightly different. And then I noticed some of the holes are bigger. I'm like, okay, I'll get bigger screws. So then I'm like, wait, let me go test fit it on the car, and it wouldn't even sit on the column, which kind of just broke my heart after doing all that. So I ended up just cleaning the wheel, putting it up for sale. I sold it the next day. I ended up just deep cleaning my Alcantara SRT steering wheel, which needed to be cleaned anyways. And I'm gonna throw that back in the car, which you guys will see in the next video. But yeah, I guess more of the story, just do a little bit more research. But that's all me though. So right though, I already got lined up with other people to order a custom made steering wheel. So hopefully you guys will see that content soon. Please, if y'all like the video, like, comment, subscribe. It would help me out, put out more content. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See y'all.